Happy Wednesday. Listen, I'm on my lunch break. I got 10 minutes to go. And I gotta be out of here. I'm gonna be out of here in 5 minutes. Okay? 5 minutes. 1:55, I'm gonna be done. Okay? Because I don't want to run over my lunchtime. But listen, you all, how is everyone doing? Listen, I want to give you all a tip, right? I'm gonna bring you all some information, right? And this information is going to help you all. I learned to be, this is the most I talk online. Okay, I've learned to be quiet. I don't too much talk a lot. If it's not, for purpose, I don't even, as much as I used to like talking, I don't even talk as much as I used to. I used to like talking a lot. I do because it's part of my business, but like just shooting the breeze, I don't talk as much. I still talk to people, but I don't talk as much because it's in me. That's a gift, right? But I learned to just be quiet sometimes, because sometimes it's just good to be quiet. You know, I always got to say stuff, But what I wanted to come talk to y'all about, I know there are a lot of people, they struggle with this. They struggle with people. They struggle with people, talking about them. They struggle with people. I need me a wipe. I think my camera's a little blurry. They struggle with feeling insecure about what people may say about them, what people may think about them, things like that. So that's what I'm here to talk about for these 5 minutes. If you don't want anybody to talk about you, let me tell you something. This is how you avoid. This is what you do. If you don't want anyone to talk about you, be nothing, say nothing, do nothing. Right? Even in that, people are still going to talk and say something about you. So if you're trying to avoid people talking about you, it's kind of impossible. Especially when you're making waves, especially if you're confident, especially if you know who you are, especially, when you are headed in a different direction, especially if you no longer do the things that you used to do, right? Especially if you're growing, like if you're doing anything that's significant, that's different, that's important, that's against what everyone else is doing. When you march to the tune of your own beat and you're secure in that, if you don't go always with the crowd, if you're just different in your approach and how you dress and how you look and what you believe, people are going to talk, and you have to embrace that. This is what holds many people back. This is what holds many people back. They are afraid of what others are going to say about them. They are afraid of others and what they're going to think about them. They are afraid and what others are going to believe about them. So they would never take the leap. They would never take the next step to do what it is they know they should be doing or what they want to do, because they're worried about what people are thinking, worried about what they're going to say. Ask me how I know. I've done it. Until I woke up one day, I've done it. And I sat on my ideas. I sat on things that I wanted to do for years because I didn't want to feel like I was leaving people behind. I didn't want people thinking that I was better than them, although I never felt that way about anyone. I didn't want people talking about me. I didn't want them criticizing me, judging me. I didn't want them saying nothing bad about me. And all the while I'm thinking I don't want people talking about me, they were talking about me. Okay? They were still talking when I was operating at my low level. Okay? When I was operating at my low level, people were still talking. And I realized people are going to talk regardless. People are going to talk regardless. You have to learn, if it's not going to, one thing I've learned, I do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. If God gave me ideas and gifts, if he gave me books to write, a business to run, I'm doing it because he put it in me. And one thing I've learned, people love on you when you operating on a low level. They love you. They will include you. Oh, you have all types of friends. Your family love you. You have everybody in your corner when you operate on a low level, when you're not doing the best that you know you could do, when you're not doing, when you're not living up to your God-given potential. Oh, you got all type of friends. You got family members loving you. They invite you places. They seem like they for you. But soon as you say, let me put this joint down. Let me stop partying and going to the club. Let me get my mind right. Let me go heal myself. Let me get delivered. Let me stop dressing like this. Let me stop talking like this. Let me focus on my education. Let me focus on being a better mother, better wife, better sister, better husband. Let me do something different because what I was doing is not working. As soon as you change for the better, you best believe all H-E-double hockey stick is coming for you. Every spirit known to man is going to be focused on you because you're making a change. You don't shift the energy in the room. You shift the energy in the family. You don't even have to tell people you're doing things. They can feel and see that you're changing. And you got to continue on. You can't let people stop you because you want to do something different. You can't let people stop you. You can't let what they're saying about you stop you. You can't let that happen. You got to know, if God gave me this thing to do, if I'm supposed to be doing this, let me continue on doing it. Let me continue. Let me focus. You don't have to always tell people what you're doing. You don't have to include people in what God gave you to do. It wasn't, like they say, it wasn't a conference call. You don't have to ask your pastor. You don't have to ask your leader in the church. You don't have to ask your parents. Unless you, if you're a young adult and you depend on your parents, no, that's different. I'm talking about adults. You don't need anybody confirmation to do what God told you to do. You don't have to get permission from your pastor to go feed the homeless, to do what God told you to do. Some people, they got to run everything by their, through their pastor. Everything. That's not how that go. If God told you to do something, you need to do it. You don't have to let everybody know everything. And I know a lot of times, I got to go because it's already 1:56. I know a lot of times we want somebody to put in that space of God and want somebody to look up to. So we tend to make our supposed leaders, we tend to make them God. That's why a lot of people are disappointed. A lot of people are disappointed in man, right? Your pastors, your preachers, and all that. A lot of people are disappointed in them because they're human and they make mistakes. They make mistakes. They're not perfect. They're going to do things and say things that we don't like. Once I've learned, and I don't think I ever did it. Once I've learned that God is God, I never put my pastor above God. If God tell me to do something, I ain't going to tell the man who is leading me. I'm not going to ask him, is that okay? No, I'm going to do what God told me to do. Now, if I need wise counsel, I don't know what to do. Yes, I'll go consult wise counsel. But I'm not going to disregard what God told me to do, right? I'm not going to disregard what God told me to do. That's, when you are operating with that mindset where you feel like you got to go ask somebody all the time, you need to be delivered. You need to be delivered. You need to be delivered. Because you shouldn't have to go and ask all the time. That leader should get you to a place to where you can make decisions on your own. Because I understand some people need guidance, but don't make that person your God. Don't make these people your idols. Because then you go to giving people that much control and they have you doing stuff you ain't got no business. See what's going on in the world now. They'll have you doing all kind of foolishness because they know they got that control. You depend on them. You trust them. All of that. So I got to get ready to go. I got to get back. I'll continue this conversation later. You all be blessed, but you don't need anyone's permission. You don't need, let people talk and do what it is that you know you should be doing. Do what it is. Let them talk. Okay, people gonna talk regardless. I don't care what people say. Let people talk. You operate in excellence, right? You operate in excellence. Don't let people dim your light. You do everything based on, do everything and do it in excellence. When you do it well. And don't worry about what people are going to think. Let them think what they want to think. You're not trying to outshine or compete with nobody, compete against people. That's just who you are. Continue on being who you are. Operate in excellence. Don't feel bad, because I used to be, another thing that I used to do, I used to dim my light, right? I used to dim my light. I used to intentionally not do things good because I didn't want people to feel like I'm trying to outshine them or outdo this. You know what? I don't even care now. I'm going to do it and do it right. Whatever I need to do, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the best of my ability. I'm going to do it in excellence. I'm going to do it in excellence. And whoever don't like it, they got to deal with that. They got to deal with themselves. They got to go heal. How I healed and delivered, they got to go heal. Right? So do everything and do it in excellence. Okay? Be blessed.